Buongiorno. Welcome to the International School of Bologna, and welcome to our very first virtual open day event. My name is Fabio Corvaglia, and I'm the head of school. We are so very excited that you're able to join us for today's event. Our objective is to allow you to learn a little bit more about who we are. You will have an opportunity to meet our secondary and primary principals. You will hear testimonials from students, parents, and alumni, along with seeing parts of our campus. Now, I do want to mention that throughout today's event, you will be able to ask questions in our Facebook chat throughout the event. If you don't have a reply immediately, it will be forwarded to the appropriate person to be followed up. So, ISB, who are we? We are in our 16th year of operation. We have nearly 250 students from the ages of 3 to 18. We have one class per grade. We are recognized as an IB World School, and we are accredited with the Council of International Schools and New England Association of Schools and Colleges. In addition to that, we are very proud to be the first and only Google reference school in Italy. And this obviously helps us through the transition with online teaching. Now, in addition to this, it's quite an exciting time to be here at ISB, even during COVID. Due to our growth, our board of directors is actively looking for a permanent location for the school because space is needed. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the event. I would like to invite the secondary principal to come forward and say a few words.
Hello, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute pleasure to be able to welcome you here today for our virtual open day at the International School of Bologna. I do hope I get the chance to meet some of you in person at some point in time, but for today, I hope you enjoy our virtual taster of what we can offer you here at our school. My name is Neil Walton, and I'm the secondary principal here at ISB. It's an absolute pleasure and an honor to be here and working, but I'm also supported by a wonderful team of dedicated, talented, and caring teachers who help implement the program here at our school. They are dedicated to providing best practice in instructional strategies and the best education possible for our students. It's also great to work with such a wonderful community of parents and students who are really the heart of our school. They are supportive and form like an extended family here at our school. So in the secondary section, our main goals are to build on the excellent foundation that the primary school gives our students and to prepare them for success beyond our school, success in university and in their later lives. One of the ways we're able to do that is by being able to deliver the International Baccalaureate Diploma program in our last 2 years of school. We're one of the few schools in Italy who are authorized to be able to deliver this program, and it's a world-renowned program that research shows is one of the best ways of preparing students for for life beyond secondary education in university. Research shows that they are consistently the best prepared and most successful students in universities around the world. One of the secrets to the success of the International Baccalaureate program is the nature of this broad and balanced curriculum. It offers a wide range of subjects to be able to study in 6 different subject areas. It's a rigorous program with high levels of academic expectations, but also it maintains a balanced program by encouraging our students to also look beyond the academic subject areas, and to be able to maintain interest in both the arts, in an active, healthy lifestyle, and in service to the community in which we live. There are also unique features called the extended essay and theory of knowledge, which are also excellent preparation for university and beyond. To be able to support that in the other secondary years, we implement the IB Middle Years program, which is also an excellent internationally minded, broad and balanced curriculum. But it's not just the curriculum that's important. I think one of the more important things that make us a special and unique place for students is the way that the curriculum is delivered. We use what is called an inquiry-based approach, which encourages our students to ask questions, to inquire, to explore, and to find meaning in the world around them. Again, research shows that learning is more impactful and students retain the information longer if they are able to construct meaning of the world around them rather than just be told information. And so that, I think, makes the difference in the experience that our parents and students feel when they come to a school like ours. So that's probably enough from me for now. We will hopefully get to meet some of our wonderful parents and students later in the tour. But for now, I'll hand over to our primary principal, Ms. Rachel Burgess.
Thank you, Neil. Good morning. Hello. My role at ISB is primary principal and PYP coordinator. The primary years program caters for students from 3 to 11 years old. So this is where the student's IB journey begins. The language of instruction at the International School of Bologna is English, and we also have support in place for students who come to our school with little or no English. We're an international school, so we represent many cultures and languages and make occasions to celebrate those within our program of inquiry. We also value our host country, culture and language. We live in a wonderful city of Bologna in Italy, and we celebrate the language and all the outside classroom that we have here with the arts, museums, science. And students all have the opportunity to learn Italian. I think now we're going to begin a tour, and I'll talk to you more about the primary years program during our tour. Okay, let's continue our tour in the primary section. This is a grade 3 classroom. And I think one of the main things that makes the PYP program stand apart from others is the way that the classroom's organised and how the students work. At the moment, we're working within COVID restrictions, but you can still see that we are creating opportunities for students to work collaboratively together on projects. Because we believe at ISB that students can learn from each other, from finding out and sharing information and listening to each other. If we move over to this board, this is an example of a unit of inquiry that the grade 3 students are studying, and they're looking at energy. So how do they start their unit? They start by asking questions. The teacher starts by finding out, well, what do my students already know about energy, the forms of energy, how we use energy? And then the students begin to explore. They explore through doing, through making, through researching, through finding out, and recording their knowledge in different ways. And at the end of the unit, they'll have some information, that they'll have facts, they'll know more about energy and how we use energy. And we hope they take that information to apply it in a real world context. So we hope they'll make wise energy choices when they are older. Another thing that sets the program apart from perhaps other programs is that the IB identifies 10 attributes, what we call the learner profile, which they believe, and we believe at ISB, makes a child internationally minded. So we talk to the students about these attributes. We demonstrate these attributes. We show examples of them. And you can see on this board, the students are starting to recognize those attributes in each other. So if they notice that their friend has been particularly open-minded or a good communicator, they'll share that with the class and put the child's name next to the attribute. So this is a grade 3 class, and most of the elementary classes are set up in a similar way. We'll walk along the corridor now. It's a working school day, so you may see some students walking around our corridor. You can see here we've got some work displayed that the children have done. Here again, grade 3 class, we're working on role models. What is a role model? Who's a role model for you? And we use writing frames to support their writing to write a biography of Malala. This is one of our other classes in action. Okay, and we're just going to reach grade 5 now. Again, grade 5 is an inquiry approach. This was a previous unit of work that the students did, and the teacher wanted to find out what do the students already know about body systems. So they actually drew around each other and put the systems where they thought they were inside the human body. And at the end of the unit, they could then return to that and make changes based on new knowledge. They made models of the different systems to try and explain to other students how they worked. So I think we can just take a peek into the grade 5 class. Okay, some of the students here you can see are using our Chromebooks, which is an integral part of how we work at ISB. Some students are using books to get information. And we'll walk down the end of our elementary corridor into the early years. So the early years section of our school are our 3, 4 and 5-year-olds. This is Miss Susan, our school secretary. Okay, and I think our 4-year-olds are just getting ready for snack. Here they are getting ready. This is one of our early years classes. We'll have a quick peek in at our 3-year-olds. Hello. Okay, so that just gives you a tiny taster of our early years and elementary. And we're going to now go into the school primary library to meet some of our students and parents. Hello.
We are?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
So,
Great. Well, welcome. Thank you. Welcome to our library here at the International School of Bologna. I'm here with two of our wonderful students who have joined us to share a few of their thoughts and ideas and experiences of what it's like to be one of our students here at ISB. Of course, they're the most important people that we work with every day, so I think it's really good for you to hear some of the things that they may have to say. So with that, who I have here with me is Penelope, who's one of our grade 7 students, and Paco, who's one of our grade 10 students. And so that's enough from me. I think perhaps I'll just hand over to Penelope first, who will say a few things for you, and then hand over to Paco.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Penelope. I'm in grade 7, and in this school we learn a lot of languages, which I really like, because also in secondary we get to pick which language we learn. We have a choice between Spanish or French. I've chosen French, and I like the fact that we get to choose which language because we learn, because we get to choose our own path and our own learning. I've also talked to my fellow students and heard that they are really appreciating how in secondary now we have a little bit more freedom in our assignments too, because we're not just sitting at the board all day watching the board and the teacher is speaking to us. We get to choose our own path and our own learning. I also like how in our assessment tasks, they're not always just on paper, and there's never sometimes there's never like a correct answer and an incorrect answer. There's sometimes we have criteria, which we have our assessment tasks, and we are graded based off of the criteria, and they're not always on sheets of paper. We can do different types of tasks like Google Slides presentations and posters and stuff like that. And I also like how we have a student council here, both in primary and secondary school, and how that gives the students a chance to change something about the school and listen to their fellow peers and pass that on to the adults who can help us to change the school in ways that we would find helpful. And what do you think, Paco?
Well, good morning. And well, I know that many parents, especially here in Italy, might have the question, but if I, the parent, don't know English, will my son or daughter be able to learn it? Well, the answer is yes, because my family is very Italian. Both my father and my mother don't speak English, but I, as you can see, can speak fluent English, which is something which is important to notice, because I know many people ask this question. And yeah, I just want to give this out, but I don't think that this school is just, you don't come here just to learn English. It's the IB, which is an innovative method actually in my opinion, because it's student-centered. If you look at the IB cycle, what is in the middle is the student, which is, I believe, very important, because after all, we come to school, we're here every day, and as Mr. said, we are the protagonists, we can say. So I would like to say, yeah, that this method doesn't only, teach you English. When you come to the school, you are guaranteed that you will learn English, I can assure you, but you will also learn how to learn, and also how to apply what you learn in real situations, because many of my friends that don't come to the school learn things, but they say, oh, I learned this, why do I use this? Well, here, why did I learn this? How do I use this in the real world? So here, we actually learn how to use our knowledge in the real world, which is actually very helpful now and in the future, even in university and in our careers.
Great, thank you. Well said, students. Thank you so much for your time this morning. I really appreciate it. And so now what I'd like to introduce two of our parent community to you now. And so thank you, students. You can go to your classes today. Excellent. And so today we've invited two of our parents to join us. We have one who represents our Italian families, and one who represents our international group of families, to try and give you a different perspective of what their experiences are, what they've chosen to send their students to our school for, and some of the things that they enjoy about being parents at our school. So I have here Ms. Carmen and Grazia, who will share a few of their thoughts and feelings with you today. So, Ms. Grazia.
Salve. Allora, io sono italiana e la nostra è una tipica famiglia italiana che vive a Bologna. Abbiamo 2 figli e siamo in questa scuola da 11 anni, perché il mio figlio maggiore ha ora 14 anni e siamo entrati in questa scuola quando abbiamo dovuto scegliere l'asilo. Quando venni a visitare questa scuola rimasi colpita dall'asilo ed ero molto incuriosita dal fatto che fosse in inglese. Quindi entrai certamente perché mi colpì il metodo della scuola e soprattutto perché ero incuriosita dal fatto che avrebbe parlato inglese costantemente tutto il giorno. Poi andando avanti con gli anni, il fatto di parlare inglese si dà per scontato e va in secondo piano. Quello che diventa importante è invece il metodo che c'è in questa scuola. Il metodo che, come ha detto Paco, è assolutamente centrato sullo sviluppo dello studente, del bambino, sui suoi talenti, cioè sul fare fiorire i suoi talenti attraverso le 10 caratteristiche del profilo dello studente che vengono sempre tenute presenti ogni giorno e che fanno crescere il bambino non solo dal punto di vista delle conoscenze, ma anche della persona stessa. E noi di questo siamo rimasti estremamente contenti ed è per questo che abbiamo continuato il percorso. E continuando non abbiamo fatto altro che confermare la scelta che avevamo fatto, scegliendo anche le scuole medie che poi diventano liceo. Adesso mio figlio ha 14 anni ed è in grade 9, che è quello che corrisponde alla prima liceo italiana. E come ha detto Paco, la scelta è stata determinata dal fatto che col metodo IB che c'è in questa scuola è un metodo completamente diverso da quello italiano, cioè si studia, si imparano le cose, ma soprattutto si mettono in pratica. Quindi è vero che si imparano le formule, ma soprattutto si imparano, per esempio con la matematica, come applicarle nella vita di tutti i giorni, cosa che per me fa la differenza. Cioè li vedo veramente ragionare con un'altra testa, fanno delle cose che secondo me sono incredibili. Tra l'altro la scuola di Bologna è l'unica scuola IB di Bologna, quindi ci sono tra le varie scuole che offrono programmi con varie lingue, con la lingua inglese che viene applicata, con esami in inglese, sono tutte molto valide, ma non è il metodo IB. Il metodo IB c'è solo in questa scuola. E la scuola di Bologna offre l'IB sia per le elementari che per le medie che per la scuola superiore. È una delle poche scuole in Italia a farlo, non tutte lo fanno. Quindi per questo motivo abbiamo continuato a scegliere e siamo molto contenti di questa scuola, soprattutto vedendo come sono i nostri ragazzi. Volevo dire un'ultima cosa che riguarda l'emergenza che c'è stata in quest'ultimo anno, è che dal primo giorno in cui c'è stato il lockdown, praticamente come se niente fosse, da un giorno all'altro hanno cominciato a fare scuola online completamente, cioè le stesse ore, con le stesse materie, con lo stesso programma, con la stessa tabella che avevano fino al giorno precedente in cui andavano a scuola. I professori sono tutti, facendo questa scuola parte dell'IB, che è una rete internazionale e mondiale, l'esperienza che maturano tutte le scuole del mondo viene condivisa tra tutte le scuole. E quindi da un giorno all'altro loro non hanno fatto altro che applicare ciò che già sapevano, cioè come si fa a fare la scuola online, da un giorno all'altro, come se niente fosse. E noi di questo siamo rimasti estremamente meravigliati e contenti.
Grazie, thank you, Grazia. And Ms. Carmen.
Oh, thank you. What can I tell? We are an international family. I'm Spanish, my husband is German. My children were born in the Netherlands, and we had been living in Munich for the last 10 years. When we moved to Bologna, we were thinking to stay here for 4 years. So our first choice was the IB school, because it would be in English and it would give my children an opportunity to develop their already international life. So what we found in the ISB, we found a small school with, like Grazia said, with a very different curriculum. What we didn't know, we didn't have any experience in international schools because my children were educated in the German system, with a very modern, updated curriculum based on the students, which surprised us, and we are every year amazed how well designed and how well updated it is. But not only that, we found a small community of very engaged teachers. My daughter, the small one, couldn't speak any English when we arrived, nor Italian. So she got supported in English, and after 3 months, she would just talk in English and assisting to the lessons like any other child. Both of them found a group of friends, which made easier for them this big change from moving from one country to another. And I also wanted to mention, after this COVID emergency, the reaction of the school has been just amazing. How they switched to online lessons, and how they have been constantly centered in the developing of the students in the best form they could do. I guess I had something else to say, but well, I have to say this school, ISB, has made. I also wanted to mention the community of parents, which is a very solid community. These international parents, who really made it easier for us to integrate and to make a new life in Bologna, not knowing anything about Italy or the way things work in Italy. This community of parents really supported us and make it easier for us to find a living here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Grazia and Carmen. I really appreciate you coming in. They're only part of our many wonderful parents here at ISB, and it's an absolute joy working with them and, of course, their children. Thank you so much. Now, one other section of the community that we'd like you to hear from also are some of our students who have actually been through the system, have experienced our program, and have moved on to their university life and beyond. Some of our alumni. So we've reached out to some of them, and as a great example of students and people who have actually experienced the education from ISB and how it has impacted their lives beyond our school. And so we feel it's quite important for you to hear from them and get their perspective as well. And so we have contacted 3 of our alumni who have graduated and moved on now, and they have shared some of their thoughts and comments about what they have gotten from their time at ISB. And so we have a little video to show you, which I hope will be interesting for you. Thank you.
My name is Alessandro Berni. I studied at the ISB and I currently study biological sciences at the University of Dundee in Scotland. I'd say the ISB has helped me mostly through its teachers. They were the ones that passed on to me the passion for their subjects, especially the ones that taught subjects I wasn't necessarily interested in at first, but just seeing the dedication they had for their jobs allowed me to respect them as people, teachers, and taught me to appreciate their subject as well. More broadly, the IB has helped me become a more considerate person just by exposing me to many different points of views and teaching me not to take everything at face value, which in this day and age, I'd say it's important. Secondly, it has helped with studying overall. Just simply in university, there's lots of independent reading to do, and it's hard in the absence of clear and concise learning objectives. And mainly has helped by allowing me to handle quite sizable workloads, which is definitely a head start, especially in the first year of university. So I'm confident in saying that the IB and the ISB have both helped me become a better person and also a better student overall.
I'm currently in my third year studying sports management at New York University. I would normally be located in New York City at this time of year, but as a result of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, I am instead located in Italy and taking my classes remotely. One of the things that can be very challenging moving to New York City and living in New York City and studying at such a big university like NYU is finding your place. I think studying at ISB for the diploma and before the diploma really helped me with that, because ISB is tendentially a smaller school with a smaller environment, and therefore I got used to networking and to really engaging with my classmates and with my teachers at ISB. And that's something that really transported into my experience at NYU. Because when I found it challenging in the first few months to find my place, that's what really helped me. Engaging and networking with my professors, with whom I now have great relationships, and with some of my classmates, that really helped me to find my space, my comfort zone in such a big environment. And turning to the academic experience that the IB gave me and that helped me, I think in terms of how it prepared me, the self-management skills the IB gave me really helped me to transition smoothly into higher education, to the extent that when I got to NYU, I didn't really see my first year of university as a completely different and new step of my academic experience. Rather, I saw it as a continuation of the second year of the diploma. And I think, the first year of university can lead to anxiety and stress, and that really helped to ease the stress.
Hi, I'm Ratina, and I graduated from ISB in June of 2020. I'm currently studying biochemistry with medicinal biochemistry at the University of Bristol. The IB program has developed me into a curious and active learner, pushing me to pursue my interests and to take my education into my own hands. This is what has allowed me to discover my passion for the subject that I'm studying, and the program has really helped me to develop the skills needed to do my best at university. Although a small school can have its disadvantages, such as limited facilities, I had the opportunity to develop long-lasting relationships with many of my teachers, with who I still keep in touch with, and who I know I can still count on, even though I'm not one of their students any longer.
Hello, my name is Georgia Pasqui. I am currently located in the United States, particularly in the state of Michigan. I graduated from ISB in 2017, and in December 2020, I will be graduating from the University of Michigan with a double major in international business and entrepreneurship. Having received an IB education has definitely benefited me in a variety of ways. I felt like the very first years of college, I had an advantage to my peers simply because I had learned most of the skills that I needed to succeed through college. I was already used to a heavy workload of study. I didn't have to adjust to that because it was something that was absolutely part of my routine for the last 2 years of high school. Most of the skills that my teachers were trying to teach us, for example, critical thinking or extensive research, was something that I already knew how to do and had already been exposed and was familiar with. So receiving an IB education was definitely stressful through high school, and it was a lot of hard work. However, all of that hard work has definitely paid off when it came to my college education, and it definitely gave me all the skills that I needed to succeed and that I needed to complete and earn my degrees.
That we were successful in introducing our school. We encourage you to visit our school website to learn more about our school. In addition to contacting the school directly, if you wish to meet with me or have a visit of the school campus itself. Before I say goodbye, I would like to thank our IT department and the team for making today's event possible. We wish you a very lovely day, and I look forward to meeting you in the future. Thank you.